This is your Wall Street wake-up call. Stocks are set to end August in the green. For more, I'm joined now by Christopher Wright, a cross-asset strategist at UBS Wealth Management in Zurich. And Christopher, it's good to see you. August may be a good month for stocks. Volume and volatility is low, but what happens next month? We know September isn't always too kind to stocks, and this year, of course, we have an important Fed meeting and we're getting closer to an election here in the U.S. Are we due for a correction in your view?
I don't think so. I think if you look at the fundamentals of the market and really what's been behind the performance and the rally we've had over the last few months, it's the ongoing support of central banks, but also an increasingly encouraging economic data, which we really think feeds through to earnings growth, which will come through in the second half of this year. So the next few months, I think, are clearly important. But I think if we do get a good third quarter earnings season in the US, then I think that's what keeps the market moving higher.
Although, of course, if we do get a correction, because people are talking about this, it does make for a nice buying opportunity. What sectors would you want to be in? Should we get, say, a 10% pullback in the S&P 500?
Well, I think if you look at the last two times we've seen such a strong pullback in the S&P, so that was January, February this year, and then a year ago, really, it was almost indiscriminate selling across the whole market. And so it almost didn't really matter which sector you were in, as long as you got in at the right time. And so given our view that you should have an overweight position in US equities right now in portfolios, and we're comfortable that if we did see a 10% correction, you could almost see that as just an easy time to get back in and make that back, because whenever it's happened, the markets come back almost as quickly as it fell.
All right, now the markets are, of course, awaiting Friday's August jobs report. How many jobs do you think we need to see created in August in order for the Federal Reserve to feel comfortable raising interest rates in September?
Yeah, I think that's the question, right? Our view is that they'll move in December. I think if the market's currently expecting around 180,000 jobs to be announced on Friday, I think if we get around that number, or if we get near to the average we've seen for the last 5 years or so, which is around 200,000, I don't think you see any difference there. I think we do go ahead with probably a December rate hike. If, on the other hand, we get a print above 250,000, which is where it's printed the last 2 months in a row, I think that really starts to question where the market's currently pricing a hike, and maybe a September hike comes right back on the table.
So, Christopher, the Friday jobs report could really confirm whether, of course, the Fed is data dependent or data point dependent, right? Because a lot of people are saying now that the September rate hike hinges on this one August jobs report.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's pretty fair. I mean, if you see the way the market's been pricing the next Fed rate hike over the last few months, we've gone from the next hike being priced not until 2017, 2018, so really far out. It's now come right back down with the market looking around a 60% probability of a December hike. If now we get a print of payrolls where we got the May print of around 50,000, I'd see that pricing go right back out. If, on the other hand, it comes in at above 250,000, then I think that it shows that the market would come in and they really think the Fed will move, because some of the comments we've had recently from some of the Fed members, you had Stanley Fischer at Jackson Hole last week, right, suggesting that September was the right time to hike. You heard Dudley, the New York Fed chair, a couple of weeks ago saying the market was complacent, right, on the path of Fed hike. So there's certainly parts of the FOMC who really do believe that September is probably the right time to go.
Well, and I should mention we just got the ADP employment report just moments ago, where private employers created 177,000 jobs in August. So certainly something we'll be watching. Christopher Wright from UBS Wealth Management in Zurich, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
I'm Scott Gamm, and you're watching The Street.